Hello, everybody. Welcome along. My name is Benjamin Bloom. This is the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel. Please leave your bias at the door and join us for, well, our second FA Cup third round stream. Good fun yesterday doing the 3 PMs. Fewer games here, but still enough for us to get across in these 1:30 kickoffs. Let me know that you can see me and hear me loudly and clearly. We're going to be here on the BBC today. I've got Leeds visit to Crawley on there, but all of those games ticking across the bottom are happening. That's Barnsley versus Tranmere, which features one of our championship teams. Bristol City versus Pompey, another one of our championship teams in there. Chelsea Morecambe, well, we'll keep across it. We're not particularly interested in either of those sides, nor Cheltenham Mansfield. Crawley Leeds are one of our dearly departed. Manchester City versus Birmingham, another championship team. So plenty of familiar names and faces, and we'll just cover all of the games. So let me know if you're in the chat. Let me know what you are watching and where you are indeed watching. It looks like iPlayer is doing Chelsea and Morecambe and Man City and Birmingham. I don't know if there's a Soccer Saturday type program on where we're going to get to see all of the goals. Maybe someone can smarten me up in the chat, but judging by my inability to use my TV yesterday, it may or may not be a good thing, me trying to find that during the stream. Right, before we go and say hello to you lot in the comments, let's say thank you to David, our SuperStream fan sponsor, fan of the channel, happy to support great content. David's team, Watford, were in the late game last night at Manchester United. Thank you as ever, David. If you want to get involved in any of that good stuff, head over to Patreon. Details down the bottom there. We'll leave that up for a few minutes. So, what's going on? As you can see, let me just bring that up. The games today, we'll have a little talk about the teams and whatnot. Man City, Birmingham, Chelsea, Morecambe, Crawley, Leeds, Bristol City, Pompey, Barnsley, Tranmere, Cheltenham, Mansfield. Then we've got Marine versus Tottenham at 5 and Newport versus Brighton. The Ben White derby there. Stockport and West Ham tomorrow. That will, I assume, be attached to the draw for the fourth round. So any predictions for any of those games will indeed be gratefully received. I've got Leeds and Crawley on here. So should we start with that one? And there indeed are your teams there. We'll focus on Leeds. They're more familiar to the channel. Kiko Casilla, he's been usurped by Ilan Meslier. He is in goal. Leif Davis, Pascal Struick, Liam Cooper. Good to see him back. And Alioski across the back. Calvin Phillips starts. A big name there and a regular starter in the midfield. Helder Costa, well, recently he's been usurped by Rafinha, Shackleton and Hernandez. And Poveda also, not much football for them with Click and Harrison and Rodrigo, who you can see is going to appear up front in this one. There is John Yems on my screen, who's quite amusing in his interviews. Suffice to say, he doesn't like journalists asking him questions. There is his team: Morris, Sasarula, Dallison, Craig, Tunnicliffe and Frankham. Powell, Matthews, Hessenthaler, Nichols and Nadasan across the front there. Max Waters, a lot of people telling me about him yesterday on the bench, number 36. Bit of a goal machine. And I suppose I should mention down at the bottom there, Reality TV's Mark Wright, who may appear at some point for Crawley. Today, we will see, moving on, I'll try and get through all of these teams and then we'll go into the comments, guys. So keep them come in. Let's have a look and see what Aitor Karanka has got up his sleeve when one is playing away at Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. Prieto comes in goal over Etheridge. Probably quite good. Get Etheridge out of the line of fire. A couple of mistakes recently. He'll come back in the league. And then Strong. Look at that. Friend. San Jose, Clark, Salter and Colin. Keefton, Belden, Sunjic. Terrell, Lecco, Sanchez and Hogan. So strong Birmingham team. He's not throwing this one. And it needs to be strong because, my God, look at the Manchester City team. Okay, Stefan in goal, but then Mendy, Walker, Diaz, Cancelo, Rodri, Foden, Bernardo Silva, De Bruyne, Mahrez, Jesus. Oh, dear, Birmingham. This is not going to be fun. Well, fingers crossed for Blues for our championship point of view. But I repeat, Rodri, De Bruyne, De Silva, Jesus, Mahrez, Foden is the front six for Manchester City. Ouch, is all I can say there. And best of luck to our championship friends in Birmingham. Moving on, should we look at the Chelsea team? Go on. We'll see how strong Mr. Lampard is going against Morecambe. Kepa in goal, Azpilicueta, Zuma, Rudiger, Palmieri. So not too strong across the back reserves there. But then further forward, look, Mount, Gilmore, Havertz, Hudson-Odoi, Werner, Ziyech. Difficult one for Morecambe today, methinks. There is the Morecambe team. If you're familiar with your Morecambe squad, I'm not, so I won't say any more on that. We've done Crawley and Leeds. Let's see what Bristol City are doing against Pompey up at the top of League One. So a bit of a no-win situation for Bristol City today. If they lose, it's an upset. If they win, oh well, no credit. But they've gone strong by the look of it. Bentley, Mariappa, Callas, and the return, Bristol City fans will be pleased to see, of Alfie Mawson. They're brought in on loan from Fulham this season and badly injured, actually. Hasn't played many games at all, has he? Rowe. Adelaken, who, now let me get this right, was on loan at Hull. I think I saw him play against Ipswich, actually, for Hull. He comes in and they've brought him back and given him a go. Backinson, Naj, Semenyo, maybe he'll be up top. Maybe that won't be a 4-4-2. We'll see. Jeju and Martin, or that'd be a very unbalanced midfield three with Adelakin. So maybe a 4-4-2. Maybe they have got that one right. Pompey, McGilway, Johnson, Raggett, Nicolaisen, Brown, Harness, look out for him, Naylor, Cannon, Jacobs, Williams and Marquis up top. So no Curtis, who's been a really good player for Pompey this season. I think we've got one or two more to do. Oh, sorry, I keep clicking the wrong button. Barnsley. They are one of the most stable team selections you can get in the Championship. And, well, equally stable here. Only Walton for Collins there in goal. That's very continental for Ishmael. You have your cup keeper and your league keeper. But then, look, Anderson, Hellick, Solbauer, always the same. Styles, Britain, yeah. Mowat comes back in with Kane. Obviously, Matty James has now gone. Freezer, Woodrow, Chaplin. Really strong team for Barnsley. There's your Tranmere team. Davis, O'Connor, Month, Ray, Hal, if I'm pronouncing that right. Lewis, Spearing, you can still find him. Khan, Ferrier, Woolry, and James Vaughan, who goes in the, you can still find him, bracket with Jay Spearing, I think, up top there. Comments, I promise I can see them filling up. We will get to them ASAP. I'll just do this last one, which is Cheltenham and Mansfield. Do you know what? I won't bother because we don't cover either side on the channel. So let's go off the split screen and we'll get involved with your comments. As ever, through the chat, you can support this super chat at any point. Real big help to the channel. Let's have a look and see what you guys are saying. Hello to Matty and David, who is our sponsor. Welcome along, Sir Carl Hip. Brummy Nathan, can't wait to beat Man City 1-0. Gonna be a tricky one. Noah says, never felt so good after a QPR loss. Charlie's home. Charlie Austin re-signing for QPR on loan. We'll talk about that in the next transfer update, which will be silly of me to do tomorrow morning because we know what Mondays are like in terms of transfer business. So that'll likely be Tuesday morning, but you might have to wait for that a bit, Noah, but I will talk about Charlie Austin already. John, afternoon, I might try and find some jobs around the house to do. Having seen that Manchester City team. Kevin De Bruyne starts for Manchester City against Birmingham. Goodness me. QPR Forever is here. Welcome. And Jaggy, welcome. Joel and Adam, welcome to all of those guys. The Rangers fans, pleased to have Charlie Austin back. We don't want to pile in on poor old Lyndon Dykes, but I do agree. Maybe he may be bench bound. Go Leeds. Hope you're doing good, says J-Dog. Welcome along in Australia. There, sorry. I had to do it, didn't I? Afternoon to Liam. A disappointed MK Dons fan yesterday. They lost on pens. Players all just lining up. Pablo Hernandez and Kiko Casilla lining up at Crawley today. Lovely stuff. Hopefully Bristol City are winners today, says Matty. All Marine, aren't we? Danny says, come on, Birmingham, good luck. Jay's predicting a 4-1 there. 3-1 Leeds, 2-1. 3 predictions there from Leeds. Everyone, let's support Marine. Actually, Marine have been greatly supported with I saw our friend Kieran Maguire tweeting, they've sold 18,000 virtual tickets today. So they are going to get their payday, which is fantastic. Surely Mark Wright will get some airtime today. They won't miss that opportunity. Well, let's see if a backhander allegedly has gone in there from the TV company, I'm sure. Some good stuff for them. Let's just say thank you to Lee, who I was just chatting to, actually. As I bought a nice Sancerre, it seems only fair to give a super chat. Thank you, Lee. Lee actually just DM'd me a picture of him having a cup of tea out of a Benjamin Bloom mug. So that gives me a perfect chance to just quickly plug the merchandise and say here, if you go over to the Teespring store, you can get a 10% discount on all of the stuff there. I think if you're watching live on YouTube, it's below anyway, all of the merchandise stuff there. Let's just try and get through all of these comments. Sheffield United to be a force in the Championship next season. Well, you would think if they keep a number of their players and follow the example of Bournemouth, Norwich and Watford this season. Less so Watford, who've fired their manager, but keep the chaos away, they'll be fine, won't they? Good luck keeping City out today, yes. It could be a long afternoon for those Birmingham defenders, couldn't it? Nice to see a lot of strong teams fielded today, though. Backing all the underdogs is Adam. Agent Horizon asks, what did I think of Swan's win yesterday? Yeah, nice and easy for Swansea. Keeps up the momentum. Nice moment for John Yems. He's getting to go against a managerial cult hero here in Marcelo Bielsa. So good for him. And Calvin Phillips, surprised to see him in the starting lineup today, but he should be able to jog about, really, although that won't work against Crawley, will it? Just in the Chelsea team, says Matty. Yeah, good luck, Morecambe, as well. It was an absolutely seamless transition there. A lot of players from yesterday doing their schoolwork today, indeed. And we have kicked off in the Leeds game. I'll kind of go sort of watch-along fashion, being there's no magazine show today. And we'll focus in on the Leeds game. But we will be across all of the goals as they go in for you guys. So let me just set my phone up so that all is going to work. There we go. Stephen, who's a Patreon. Thank you, Stephen. Happy for Sam Follerin, who scored his first pro goal against Brentford last night. Phillips suspended for the next Premier League game. I see, Mr. E. Thank you. Jimmy's late again, but Jimmy was very helpful in me actually managing to find a TV channel yesterday. So you're welcome. Ben, how do I stay in shape? Not very well at the moment, Plucky. I don't do any exercise. I just intermittently fast. I don't know if you've been sarcastic because I put on half the weight I lost over in lockdown. Right, let's throw that up and throw that up. Let me know where you think we're going to get our first goal today. All of those games should have kicked off. A few heavyweight players been started for Chelsea and Manchester City. So we'll see how that goes. Here come Crawley. And they've won a corner. If I am going to do this properly, we should have a closer look at the Crawley starting 11. I will just, however, cover this corner and make a note of it. It was Leif Davis who just conceded the corner, which will be taken by Powell for Crawley. We'll try and keep up with everything. I'll just start making some notes if it's going to be full on WatchAlong. But please keep me posted if you're watching one of the other games. Mansfield have taken the lead on 3 minutes against Chelmsford. Cheltenham, excuse me. We'll come to that in just a sec. Corner for Crawley, though. In it goes from Powell, right-footed. Casilla just helps that away. Recycled by Crawley, though, although they've had to go in deep. Loaded back into the box. They do win the header on the far post. Hernandez, in typical Hernandez fashion, doesn't hoof it away and tries to bring the ball down in his box. And actually, they've conceded another corner, haven't they? Excuse me while I swat up on some Crawley players here. And they have their second corner. So a little bit of pressure here for Crawley early on in this one. In goes the corner again. Casilla, much firmer connection this time. Big punch by the Spaniard, and Crawley turn it over. Leeds have won it back. Alioski to Hernandez, who's been a really great player to watch for Leeds since we've been covering them on the channel. And the ball is dead up the other end. So let's go to some of your comments. Man City for first goal says Liam. Chelsea says Stephen. Dyke's on the bench and hopefully bon voyage to Bon, says QPR forever. Well, sometimes you never know, just adding that extra striker in. The big hope for QPR now is that Austin will work with Macaulay Bon and Lyndon Dykes, and the tide will rise on all of them because obviously he's been a very high quality player over his career. Daz, good afternoon to you. So who do I think will win the FA Cup? On the basis of these teams today, not Birmingham or Morecambe is as far as I go. Bright start from Crawley, says Joseph. Agreed there. If Blades go down, can we do a Wigan and win the FA Cup? Wow, wouldn't that be fantastic? If you are going to go down, win the FA Cup, for goodness sake. And QPR Forever's mum has had the vaccine. Excellent, excellent to hear there. Hopefully she's all okay. Right, let's do a bit more swatting up on these Crawley players so I can give you a bit more insight as we go. Calvin Phillips has got it at the back for Leeds. Frankham, wasn't he a horse rider? Frankham. Someone will correct me in the chat, as they always do. The ball's dead again, so I can just spend a little bit of time. It's 0-0 Leeds and Crawley. The only goal we've had was over in the game at Mansfield. So I will just take a look at that. Take a look at me now. Name that tune. Easy one. Right, we're going to have a look at that now. I've scribbled down all of those Crawley names. Mansfield taking the lead on 3 minutes. Stephen McLaughlin with the goal. So let's get all that updated on the ticker. Just the one goal so far. We all thought it would be scored by Manchester City or Chelsea. No, it was scored by Mansfield, and Stephen McLaughlin gives Mansfield, the Stags, am I right? The lead in that one. A flat jockey. Thank you, Dave. Frankham. He's playing for Crawley at right wing back today, we suspect. Throw into Leeds down the left. Helder Costa has the ball. He's going to try and take on his man. Doesn't succeed, actually. And it's booted clear by Tunnicliffe. Let me move that this side if we're doing proper watch along. Need to see these names. They've turned it over, though, and Leeds are in possession with Davis out to Poveda, who a couple of Leeds players have got a chance to try and impress Bielsa. Shackleton. Sorry, I called Shackleton Davis a minute ago. It wasn't. Cooper. Cooper into midfield to Hernandez. Struick plays that one forward. It looks like we might have that weird system that Bielsa sometimes play when the opponents play two up top. Lovely crossing by Poveda, looking for Rodrigo. Went with his feet at that when maybe the head would have been the better bet there. Let me just fill in some of the blanks on my notes here in terms of the Crawley players. Whilst Crawley reset for the goal kick that they are about to take. As ever, please hit like if you are in the stream. Please subscribe if you have not already, because I'm very pleased to say that I can now update that little banner that we often have up in the show. And we're over 13,800 subscribers now on YouTube. 14,000, the next big target. And we're getting there, guys. Couldn't do it without you. So thank you to each and every one of you that has already subscribed. And if you haven't, please do. Even if you don't particularly use YouTube that way, helps me out, helps draw others to the channel. Chair is being linked to several championship clubs, including Reading. Would you say he would be a good replacement for Elise if he went? Well, Alistair, he would certainly be a good signing because he's a very good player. In terms of replacement for Elise, I think Elise is a bit more versatile. I think Chair really is a number 10 or a wide player in a 4-2-3-1, whereas Elise could play a little bit deeper, but certainly would not be a bad signing at all if a vast swathe of money comes into the club. Yeah, that would certainly be a player that you're looking at. Costa and Cavaliero have struggled since leaving Wolves, says Liam. Yeah, I would agree. I think Costa was pretty good last season, wasn't he? A bit of a different role for him. And we have our first goal, probably maybe the first of a few for Man City today. Man City have the lead. Let me know if anyone's watching that one. Man City 1, Birmingham 0 on 8 minutes. We saw the Man City team and we thought it might be a tricky afternoon for Blues. And it's turned out to be the case so far because they're behind after 8 minutes. And the goal scorer looks like it might be Kyle Walker. Hasn't quite updated yet. No, Bernardo Silva is the goal scorer. So 2 goals in our games so far. Silva scores for Manchester City. And who was the Mansfield scorer? I've forgotten already. Stephen McLaughlin. So Silva and McLaughlin, our 2 goal scorers thus far on this super stream. We're looking at the 1:30 kickoffs. I've got Crawley and Leeds on, so do let me know if you've seen any of the goals. Chair has 2.5 years on his contract. I love these comments. So you have to pay up if you want him. Football fans, as ever, very defensive over their contracted players, and rightly so, of course, especially if they've come through your youth team. Long ball down the middle by Leeds, looking for Rodrigo. Couldn't quite bring that one down. Villa looking at Brooks and Elise. Yeah, it's the same names, isn't it, being linked with clubs with any money. Wow, Chelsea 0, Morecambe 1. I repeat, Chelsea. Oh no, goal disallowed. Oh, Bet365 app, do not do that to me. Morecambe have the ball in the net and it's disallowed. I was getting very excited there. Let's do a time check. So I'm on BBC, Stephen, and I'll be at 11. I'll do it at 12 minutes. I'll do it on 12 minutes, okay? Casilla has the ball for Leeds. We're going to be at 12 minutes in about 10 seconds. I'll count you down. 3, 2, 1. And we'll be at 12 minutes if you want to sync up if you are watching the BBC coverage. 3, 2, 1. That is 12 minutes. Come on, Bristol City, says Brandon. What's your opinion on Everton's manager resigning? If anyone can confirm that is worthy of the fake news sin bin, do let me know, and we will open it up for Lewis today. But my opinion on the Everton manager resigning is that probably hasn't happened. Man City 1-0 up, indeed, Adam. Bernardo Silva. Mowat would be an ideal replacement for Chair. Yeah, I think he's going to go. Sadly, not patronising your club here, QPR Forever, but I think he'll be going a bit higher up the table than QPR. Mowat. In the bin, please, Louis. Lampard would be sweating with Roman getting ready to point his gun at his spot. Yeah, if that Morecambe goal had gone in, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it indeed? Ah, excellent. Okay, we can definitely open up the sin bin there for bad Nasher has just compared me to Lawrence Llewellyn Bowen. Bad form there. So should we put bad Nasher and Louis both into the fake news sin bin? Let me just wait a sec because Rodrigo has it on the edge of the box. He's blocked out. Hernandez dribbles. Oh, we've seen him score them many, many times. Right, who's going into the fake news sin bin? Who are we putting in? They've both tried to come back here. Bad Nasher says, "Love you really." Okay. Louis says it's real. He had 0 wins in 3 games. He's not resigned though, has he? I've got to put someone in now because I just played the jingle for the first time. Louis, you're going in for 5 minutes. We'll see you in 5 minutes. So Louis is in. But we've spared Nasher. He's come back well there. He's come back well. The fake news sin bin, everybody. The most popular segment on every show we do. The most ridiculous things are the most popular. There we go. Afternoon to Nat, one of our Sheffield Wednesday subscribers. Good save there by the Crawley keeper. I didn't have my eyes on it. Hernandez crosses it back in, cleared on the back post. He saved himself, Nasher, hasn't he? Oh, dear. As I spilled my drink. You saw that, didn't you? Morecambe nearly went 1-0 up against Chelsea. Shot tip Kebba just managed to save. Leeds are turning the screw in this one so far. Here is Helder Costa down the right, and he wins a corner. Powell just blocking him out. So a couple of goals so far. McLaughlin for Mansfield and Bernardo Silva. Here's that Pervader shot. Unorthodox goalkeeping that actually. Good save with the feet actually. Don't drink alcohol, Lee. Buy me a cup of tea if and when the Bloom meet up. It's going to happen. Don't worry. We will do a live show for sure. Chaplin cuts inside and lets fly from 20 yards, says the Barnsley Twitter, and goes close. Channeling his inner Pontius Pilate, loving the jingle. Brandon says, I hope Famara doesn't go to Borough. It just depends if they're willing to pay, doesn't it? Because I think Jeju was 6 million, wasn't he? So if they can get some money back, then it's a deal they might be looking to do. But you're not going to get Borough without the parachute payments going too high. So Brandon? What's the deal with Jeju's contract? How long's he got to go? Because it might be that it's a buyer's market for him if the contract is expiring. Hello to Callum. Robert, you can't go in the sin bin because I like you. You see, the sin bin is for fair weather visitors who want to try and go over on me, as they would say in wrestling parlance. There for all you WWF fans. Manchester City 2, Birmingham 0 on 15 minutes. Have we got anybody watching that game, Man City and Birmingham? Sorry, Chris was here a second ago. I didn't read his comment. Chris is watching Bristol City Pompey, even start Semenyo shooting as wayward as normal. His dribbling's quite good, though, isn't it, Chris? Antoine Semenyo. Right, we were going to just check up and update. Is anybody watching Blues, who are now 2-0 down against Manchester City? Do let me know what's going on. If you're watching any of the games, just keep me updated on the ebb and the flow. And Chelsea have gone a goal up. Bernardo Silva is on a hat-trick 15 minutes in. He scored the second goal. And Chelsea, despite a Morecambe having the ball in the net and having a goal disallowed, Chelsea have the lead now against Morecambe on 18 minutes. So the big boys, Man City and Chelsea, turning the screw. Leeds, obviously a huge club, but we don't class them quite yet with Man City and Chelsea. They are 0-0 in this one I've got on BBC here. And anyone got the Chelsea goal scorer for me? Or shall I look it up real quick? What have we got there? Chelsea, Mason Mount, obviously a favourite of ours in the Championship from his loan spell over at Derby. Excellent player, Mason Mount, and he gets the goal there. Long old afternoon for Birmingham. I concur. Brandon's doing the Leeds game. Harry asks, did I see Liam Shaw's run to assist Patterson? Yes, I did. Tremendous stuff. And we saw him playing centre-half in the watch-along we did in the game over... Who was that against? It was Derby, wasn't it? So Liam Shaw, yeah. Looking like a decent player. Would they be a market for separate football hood? I just mean the hood that could be attached for any shirt. I'm not sure, Locke. Yes, that sounds quite niche, but maybe. When I saw the lineup City play, I didn't even bother watching them pick apart a dreadful Blues side. Bristol City have the lead. Bristol City 1, Pompey 0. It's a pretty strong team from Bristol City. The return of Mawson at the back. And they have the lead. I think Chris is watching that one, so maybe he can smarten us up on what's happening. But Bristol City have indeed taken the lead. We'll just wait and see who the goal scorer is on that one. Only just happened. I will not be doing Marine versus Spurs later, Daz. I will enjoy my slightly lighter weekend with no Championship or Premier League and go and walk the dogs and make some dinner later on. So, no, sadly, I won't be around later. Daz, enjoy the game. Maybe we'll do something for the draw tomorrow. Should be fun, I would have thought. FA Cup lost its excitement 10 years ago, says Rochelle. Probably add a few years onto that as well, can't you? But, yeah. Chris Hemsworth is playing Hulk Hogan in the upcoming movie. Literally big shoes to fill there, isn't it? Famara just scored a beaut. We were just talking about him, weren't we? Liam Shaw describes himself as a box-to-box midfielder in the interview. Nat, I just hope, and who else asked me about him? Nat and Harry. I just hope he doesn't become a victim of his own usefulness. We do often see very versatile players, and they just get farmed all over the pitch, and they can't develop in the way that they are supposed to. Do you know what I mean? And they just get put everywhere, and it works against them in the long run. The Benjamin Bloom cooking show. Pretty good. Pretty good. I'd quite like to do that. Although I think James May's nailed the, on Amazon, has nailed the, I'm not very good at cooking, here's my cooking show gimmick, hasn't he? Crawley hanging in there on this one. They're not really hanging in there. Leeds haven't forced too much in the way of chances. Here is Shackleton. Costa. Cooper. Phillips. Leeds just playing it around. 74% possession tells BBC. Davis, Struick. Struick just slipped as he played that, but he's made a beautiful switch of play, actually. Costa crosses it in. Lovely football by Leeds as ever. Headed clear, however. Pablo Hernandez playing an incredibly ambitious reverse ball and completing it to Rodrigo. Back to Hernandez. Oh, it's almost like Pablo Hernandez literally receives the ball and thinks, what's the most difficult pass I can possibly play in this situation? And then tries to play it. Remember Ronaldinho, if anyone ever watched Ronaldinho in his prime, it was almost like, right, what's the most outlandish thing I can do now? And I'm going to try and do it. Rochelle, did you see the Rattledge celebration in honour of the kip? I didn't know. Tell me more about that. I did not see that. No. Liam says, did I see the second Swindon goal yesterday? Obviously, you're talking to an Ipswich fan here, so yes, I did. Take a bow, son, is all I'll say for that one. Brilliant goal, wasn't it? Chris is watching Bristol City. Fine goal from the Senegalese. Shot from the centre, just outside the box, left-hand corner. 1-0. Thank you, Chris. Still just has that slightly erratic nature, doesn't he? Jeju can't quite force himself in ahead of Martin and Wells and Semenyo at the moment, but he's put the goals in this season, isn't he? Mainly from the bench. Jimmy looking forward to Marine Spurs non-league v top 6. Yeah, would be a classic trip and fall, that one. But we saw Spurs, didn't we, on the watch-along against Brentford, and Kane and Son are just ridiculous, aren't they? So either one of them on the pitch will likely guarantee the win. Well done, Bristol City. Absolutely, Brandon. Bet I'm a better cook than James May. I'm not sure I am, actually. I'm not great. Shaylee's really good, so I end up doing the menial stuff, and she does the stuff that's a little bit trickier. Rovers let me down for 750 quid. That's no good, is it? See Spurs fans raise 100 grand in virtual tickets. That's tremendous, isn't it? Spurs on for the quadruple. What would that be? Premier League, FA Cup, League Cup, and they're in Europe as well. It's a lot of football that they're going to be playing this season, isn't it? Here come Crawley, actually, in a decent position. Nichols has it. He just dwelled on it a little bit long. It's been played back to Powell. Nice no-eyes ball by Powell. Nichols tries to beat his man in the box, and Leeds, in the end, get clear. By no means a walkover, this one so far for Leeds. 0-0, 25 gone. Brandon says we need to fix ourselves. We haven't been doing well this season. Yeah, they're doing okay, Bristol City, aren't they? New manager in, competent looking top 6 to go up against in the Championship this season. So tricky. I think Sarula there has been given an obstruction against him, and it's turned over, and Krissy has the free kick for Leeds. More camera time for reality TV's Mark Wright on the subs bench for Creepy Crawley today. The BBC director, if in doubt, cut to Mark Wright, I think. Odd question. Anyone heard if the Euros is going ahead? Yeah, I suspect Euros is all wrapped up. That's elite sport, and they'll want to keep that on in the summer. How far do I think Leeds will go? Says Daz. Don't really want to answer that, Daz, just in case they do strangely come a cropper here. But no, they should be good value to get through a couple of rounds. I just don't think they're going to play. I don't think they'll play a first team prior to any kind of semi-final. So I don't really see them having the strength in depth to, I don't think they'll be bothered about it really. Davis plays that across to Alioski. Poveda, Alioski, Davis, misses out Cooper. It's poor from Davis, actually. And it's gone all the way out of play. He had an easy ball on there to Liam Cooper, Leif Davis there, and he puts it all the way out of play, which Bielsa is not impressed with. David says, I thought Watford. David, tell me about that, please, because I didn't watch the game. Can you give us a bit of a synopsis of how Watford did last night? Ryan, who is Blackpool fan, was our result against a very poor West Brom side a shock? Yeah, of course. Two divisions different. That definitely goes in the shock bracket, doesn't it? Alioski comes forward, tries to play Poveda and overhits it a little bit. Poveda, edge of the box, left-hand side, engages Frankham. Lovely bit of skill by Poveda there. Flip-flap there and through the legs of Frankham. Across the Costa. Can they score from it? No, they can't. That one will get gift. Brilliant bit of skill by Iain Poveda there. Completely mugging off poor old Frankham, the right wing back for Crawley. But end product, ladies and gentlemen, nothing came from it in the end. Hello to Abraxas. We're all good in here. Welcome along, sir. How did that Danish winger do? We're talking about Philip Zinkernagel. I think I do like that name very, very much. Looks like it is that with Eze scoring the goal for us to win it. I don't know what's happening in that conversation there. Maybe talking about Palace or something. There's that bit of skill by Poveda there. Love it. Clipped across, and then it would have been a great goal, wouldn't it? Hernandez clipped it across, cushion volley. Definite tug there. We don't have VAR in this one, do we, today on Rodrigo? So Leeds could have had a pen then. I didn't spot that. Here's Poveda again, not trying the same trick. He gets it out of his feet, hits the shot, which I think was deflected out there. I wonder if BBC are going to re-show that tug on... we're going to get a great view, in fact. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was a stone wall penalty that Leeds should have had. We just got a view from behind the goal there. Definite penalty there. Rodrigo is in the 6-yard box. There's a clear hand on the shoulder there. And VAR would 100% have given that. But we don't have it today, so no penalty for Leeds there. So we can just enjoy the bit of skill by Poveda. The Euros. Yes, oh God. Hey, I don't care who scores the winning goal if England are going to win the Euros. Write themselves into never have to do anything again for your career, would you? Goodness me. What do we got here? Watford responded well to the first goal. Better side in the second half, carried that into it. Lacking composure in the final third. That is Watford last night losing at Manchester United. Gray's not having a good time, is he? He's just not at it at all. Must be just a concentration and a focus thing. Andre Gray, Leeds fan from America here. We've got a nice mix in here. Abraxas, plenty of what we've been talking, Blackpool, QPR, Watford, Birmingham, all sorts of stuff here. Don't know who the ref is today, Daz. He's definitely missed a penalty though so far. Rodrigo being pulled back by I'm not sure who fouled him actually, but I think Leeds should have had a penalty there. Honeygun is here from Lex Alexis. Oh, nice one. Okay, collaborations work. Welcome along, Honeygun. Please hit that subscribe button if you are here. And go and check out Alex's channel. We had a chat over on Skype, and that's gone up on his channel. Peter Banks. Thank you, Mr. E. Peter Banks, who Leeds fans probably are not going to be very happy with at the moment. Yes, and I've had a look at the Ben Foster. Hi guys, I'm Ben Foster. The Ben Foster YouTube, it's unfair. It's very good YouTube channel there. Although I can't see it lasting. Honestly, I'm sure managers are not going to want their players doing too much stuff like that, especially in game. I suspect because Foster is the age he is and has had the career he's allowed to do it. But I doubt we'll see too many. Great for us viewers, but you can imagine a manager pouring an aura, particularly if anyone's had experience with club media departments, pouring scorn on that very, very quickly. Leeds playing it around the back. And it's turned over actually Crawley has it. Good game, this Leeds game, isn't it? Yeah. More even than we suspected. Here come Crawley, actually. A long-range effort, really poor strike in the end by Matthews, who got all excited there, saw his big moment live on terrestrial TV, and a really poor shot there. Shackleton plays it to Phillips. Leeds going with this funny sort of 3-3-3-1 system that they play when the opponents play two up top. And they've worked their way through the lines really easily there. But Poveda is offside. My impression sounded like Joe Wick, sorry. Where's Ben Foster from? Is he from Birmingham or something? Ben Foster. Oh, I can't do it. Yeah, impressions are not my forte. Fans are starting to get the hump with Ben Foster's YouTube. No, it would be great if we lived in a world where football players could communicate that freely, but you just can't see it lasting. Did Eze go to QPR? That's brilliant. Great to hear that. Michael Oliver doing Marine Spurs. No, there won't be. Is it at Marine? Yeah, there will be if it's. I think Premier League grounds had it, but yeah, only for home games for Premier League sides. And we did see Richard Keogh rightly. His red card in that game was overturned after Chris Wood pulled on his shoulder and pulled his arm towards the ball yesterday. So we do need to. Oh dear, Alioski's not happy. Keep your eye on that one. Just had the ball booted in his face as well. Manchester City 3, Birmingham 0. Has Bernardo Silva managed the first half hat-trick? I wonder. Let's find out. We don't know just yet, but it is 3-0 to Manchester City. We're having a look. Hessen Tyler. Oh, that was naughty if Nasadan or whatever his name is, I haven't written it down very neatly, so I can't even read my own handwriting there, kicked it in his face deliberately. But there will be retribution coming for the Crawley forward, if I know Alioski. Let's find out this Birmingham goal scorer. Phil Foden has got the third for Manchester City. 3-0 Manchester City and Birmingham. Fairly predictable after we saw the talent in the first team put out by Manchester City today. De Bruyne, Foden, Jesus, Silva, obviously with 2 goals playing, and Mahrez, some brilliant players playing for Manchester City. Thanks, Daz. Foden. I think I got in there just ahead of you. Robert, sorry if I spoilt the goal. I just paused my stream for a couple of minutes. It's always hard to tell when someone kicks the ball in someone's face, isn't it? You're trying to read their mind, aren't you, with the ungentlemanly or unsporting business. Very, very hard to tell, but yeah. You've got to leave a mark, isn't it? A ball in the face there for Ali Oski. Still 0-0 in this one. Long set play forward by Crawley, which is turned over, and Leeds are going to reset with a short goal kick as ever from Krissy. Davis brings into midfield to Struick. Costa has it on the right wing. Hernandez and Shackleton ahead of him, but Crawley's defensive shape, to be fair to them, is decent. David, watching Birmingham, Man City easily the better team. Man City should be down to 10. That would even it up a little bit, wouldn't it? 10 versus 11, but 3-0 in that game. Definitely away from Birmingham if it was ever in their grasp. Oh, what a pass by Hernandez. Costa does well to control him. Genuinely one of the most comical players to watch, Pablo Hernandez there. Just played an impossible pass, curled it down the line and then managed to have it hold up in the ground. Rodrigo spins and shoots from the edge of the box. And over the top it goes. What would the Leeds have on the bench if it is 0-0 and they need to do something? Let's just bring that up for you guys to see. Casey, Harrison, Jenkins, Rafinha, Greenwood, Huggins. So only 2 big names there, Rafinha and Harrison. And really no strikers in the entire squad for Leeds today. SofaScore, it always annoys me. And there's this legend with Bielsa that he plays 3-3-1-3. It's just not a front three ever, is it? It's always one up top. It's always 3-3-3-1, isn't it? But there you go. There's this legend that it's 3-3-1-3. But I've watched very closely, and there's just no way you can argue that it's a front three, is it? But there we go. I'm being pedantic. Get Mark right on. A bit boring for Premier League teams to play with best or close to, and Championship teams resting players. Oh, we had good fun yesterday. Yes, we got some intrigue in it. A bit stronger on the teams today, particularly a couple of the teams there. Bristol City went strong, didn't they? Manchester City and Chelsea, all nice, strong teams. Nice one around the corner there from Costa, looking for Rodrigo. Couldn't find him. And Leeds having to rebuild. Oh, mistake by Calvin Phillips there. And here come Crawley. It was, let me just, look up his name because I've written it down. Nadisan. Let me rewrite it. I can't read my own terrible handwriting here. Phillips just made the mistake there. To be fair to Phillips, he got a big bobble off the Crawley pitch there and miskicked it. Nadisan dribbled forward, engaged Cooper, and his shot was charged down. The 3-3-1-3 refers to early build-up formation. Read a book about it, didn't understand it. Yeah, I think all the all of the football kind of hipster tactic types, they just really want to say it, don't they? 3-3-1-3. But hey, maybe I'm even more of a pedant or more of a hipster than they are. But it just doesn't translate to what you see on the pitch. Oh, chance for Crawley there. Corner in from the back post. And it was Nichols arriving. Big, strong header, and Krissy makes the save. I don't know if there's a foul being given. Did Krissy get blocked in? It's a great save. If there was no foul there. Really good save by Cressey, who's right back on his goal line. And good save. Really, really good save by Cressey. Nichols with his head in his hands. And I don't think there was any issue there at all. So good save by Cressey. Really good. I mean, he always was a good goalkeeper, Cressey. Obviously, some issues resulting in that 8-match ban. And Meslier just got ahead of him, didn't he? So, yeah, good save indeed. If Middlesbrough get JG, we will lose games. Hungary comes on and scores goals. Let's see what the bean counters say at Bristol City in terms of the finances of that. QPR asked, remember when Man City were in League One? Did I ever go to Main Road? Yes, I loved Main Road. It's pretty much, and I do say this, not just because we got the question, Hernandez trying another impossible pass there. Doesn't pull it off this time. He is capable, though. We know, trying to pick Shackleton out there. Definitely my favourite ground I've been to. They just had magic about it, Main Road. And I always went in night games to see Ipswich play. A couple of, I saw them win and I saw them lose there. And then in the Premier League, they won there twice in that season, in the league and in the cup as well, and had a game postponed. So, yeah, great stadium, Main Road. Definitely had some weird energy about it, for sure. Average age of the Reading team was 19 by the end of the game yesterday. Tremendous. That did still include Estevez and Elise, who are first teamers, though, weren't they? Good save. Leeds have issues at corners. Yeah, the Leeds fans don't like us reminding them of that, but they do appear to, don't they? We did have a look on Dearly Departed, the actual way Leeds set up from corners. Kind of two zonal, then one zonal at the back, and then man markers. I think the issue some Leeds fans is not having men on the post. Anir, are you watching, Anir? This will be a big win for us. Well, if you can get on TV in the later rounds, then for sure, yeah, make a bit. Are you watching, Anir? Can you keep us updated on Bristol City and Pompey? Bristol City leading 1-0. Jeju with the goal. We're coming up to half time in this one. 43-15 gone. Hi to Liam. Welcome along. 1-1. Crawley to creep back into it. Very nice. Creepy Crawley there. Yeah, we're just coming up half time. So get your ideas. We're going to have pretty much a free-for-all half time and do some Q&A and whatnot. Oh dear. And his FA player has just crashed. Is that their end or your end? God, imagine an online streaming service not having the capacity to cope with the demand put on it by fans not being in stadiums, hey? Welcome to I Follow all season. Chelsea 2, Morecambe 0 on 44 minutes. So Morecambe now 2 goals down. I wonder if that will get a little bit stretched in the second half and Chelsea can stick a few on the board today. We'll find out the goal scorer. I don't know if there's anyone watching Chelsea and Morecambe in the chat, but Mason Mount was the scorer of the opener. We'll find out who has got the second for Chelsea. Alex is watching Man City. Predicted 4-0, looking at 9-0. Crawley playing well, says the Gibbler. They're in there, aren't they? And I suppose that chance from the set play could have taken the lead. I mean, Leeds should have had a penalty, shouldn't they, for the pull on Rodrigo? But hey, it's play the game state, as we always say. Once it's gone, it's gone. Timo Werner, yeah, who's been in the Lyndon Dykes category, as in signing and not finishing. Stephen, thank you. Timo Werner, the goal scorer. Broad smile. Nicholas and Casilla having a laugh there. Presumably one saying to the other, you ruined my big moment live on terrestrial TV there, making that save. 0-0 between Leeds and Crawley. Big moment that for Crawley, and obviously the pull on Rodrigo and the penalty not given there. The other big moment in this one so far. Let's have a look at the half times. In the meantime, please get any questions in, any topics. Jermaine Beckford, who I met at a game at Brentford, between Brentford and Leeds, actually. Very nice gentleman doing the coverage for BBC. Let's take a look at the half times here. If we just go on the split screen, it is Cheltenham 0, Mansfield 1. McLaughlin on 3 minutes there for Mansfield. Could go through to the 4th round. What else have we got? Barnsley 0, Tranmere 0. Oh, we have a goal for Portsmouth on 45, a Pompey equaliser. Just as we come to there, it is 1-1 in that game now. As we speak, Pompey have equalised. We'll find out the score if anyone can let me know. Crawley 0, Leeds 0, which we've been watching along and enjoying. Chelsea 2, Morecambe 0, Werner and Mount, the goal scorers there. Manchester City with their very strong starting lineup. 3, Birmingham City 0, Silva, Foden with the goals. The Pompey goal scorer, Callum Johnson, in stoppage time there, which means I do need to update this. And there we have it at halftime. Those are our halftime. So we can go to questions and comments, although it's almost like some people literally just come because they want to be put in the fake news sin bin. But Liam Bantic is going to be the latest name to be entering the fake news sin bin. And it's goodbye for 5 minutes to Liam, because James Vaughan did not score for Tranmere. Are we having a look at this penalty shout? No, they're looking at other stuff on the BBC. The fake news sin bin. We do now have a jingle, Annie. There were requests for it. All good fun, isn't it? In he goes. Janas never ages. How old is he now? Seems to have been around forever, doesn't he? The BBC's analysis appears, I'm not listening to it, to be telling us that Leeds get a lot of players into the box when they attack. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen, your licence fee there. Leeds get a lot of players into the box when they attack. Yeah, they do. Go figure. Sensational stuff. There we go. ESO, the daily question. If you look right there, oh, can I point at it properly? Can you see there? Oh, it's an Ipswich Town scarf. There we go. Dyke scores for Scotland. Hopefully Austin has a word with him. Kelman is the future. Right. Get any questions in, guys? Oh, actually, let me just have a look at this penalty shout. It's beautiful little, the flip-flap trick by Poveda on Franco. Beautiful bit of skill, that. Lovely with the nutmeg. Poor old Frankham there. Literally played it in slow motion on BBC here. But not showing the penalty shout at all, really. Top tier punditry from the BBC. Absolutely. Jason asks, Rotherham in, oh, here you go. The penalty shout, which looked pretty nailed on, especially from the view they showed behind the goal. Yeah, it's a clear penalty. It is number 24 for Crawley. Excuse me. Again, I can't read my own handwriting, which is appalling. Craig, Tony Craig, who should have been penalised for a pullback on Rodrigo there, a definite penalty. That one. Sorry, Jason asks, are Rotherham in a false position? I watched Everton Rotherham with my Everton head on, but Rotherham didn't play like a, I don't know what that means. A bad team, maybe. Second from bottom. There we go. No, I don't think Rotherham are in a false position with Jason in the Championship. It's tough for Rotherham in the Championship. Small club size for that level, small budget. Paul Warne is obviously very experienced, but he can be a little bit defensive with his tactics, and it's all about scoring goals, isn't it? So no, I don't think they are in a false position. Yeah. BBC, the place for detailed punditry. There we go. The BBC commentary was a million miles above our usual QPR plus commentary. Never mind. How are Barnsley still 0-0, says Anthony. Well, tell us if you're watching the game. Have they been dominating or dominated? I wouldn't have thought they've been dominated. Let's have a look. What do the numbers say? They say 2 big chances and 10 shots. So I think the straightforward answer is they haven't finished their chances and made their dominance count. But if you're watching, you do let me know. Look, yes, asks, with the Moneyball data revolution behind us, a strange misconception has emerged amongst some pundits. Doesn't matter who gets the goal chance. Far from the truth. What do you mean, Look, yes? What do you mean by that? Doesn't matter who gets the goal chance. Far from the truth. Let me know. Explain that a little bit more. The BBC have Kelly Summers at Marine ahead of their coverage later in the day. Alex says Rotherham are a typical yo-yo club. They would take surviving in the Championship. Of course, yeah, totally agree with that. Nick London commentary and post-match interviews. Excited. QPR Forever's words, not mine. I'm not familiar with his work. Pervader looks dangerous today. Yeah, you've got to love that. Going to be super gifable now, aren't they? Chris is watching Bristol City and Pompey. Johnson, the right back, scored with a first-time shot from inside the box into the left-hand corner, virtually last kick of the half. I was about to say Bristol City deserved their lead overall. Well, there you go. Caught in stoppage time there. I think either I don't know by sight, the Marine manager or the Marine chairman is on BBC. Looks like the Spurs fans have dipped into their pocket to make sure that that Marine get their payday, which is great news for Marine. Here's some disagreement. Let's hope Marine win today, and from ESO, and then someone said, I hope her Spurs fit double figures. Nasher, there we go. All about opinions here in the chat. The experts decided that it was a pen and it would hurt Alioski to have the ball kicked in his face. Well, now we know, Mr. E. Now we know. They are right on both counts, of course, but I think some stating the bleeding obvious. Some pundits think teams just have to create the chances and that the goal scoring is not a really crucial skill. Well, you're totally right about that. Yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? You know, as the new information comes, people jump on it, don't they? I mean, first of all, it was shot count, wasn't it? It was, oh, well, I've looked at the shot count, therefore I know more about this game. And of course you do. If all you know is the score and then you know the shot count, then we got possession and people obsessed about that. And now you're totally right with XG and big chances, etc. But of course, what that doesn't compute is finishing, which Lock Yes is talking about. And I'm sure the clever data people are going to be able to give us analysis on finishing more accurately in terms of how shots are executed. And I don't know. So the metric says he should have scored. What did he do? He tried this type of shot at this type of angle with this type of power. It'll only get more and more detail. But you're totally right. Look, yes, the next thing when we look at chance quality, we'll be finishing. Right, we're having a look at the Chelsea goals. Thank you, BBC. Mason Mount, great goal, actually. way out, probably 25, 30 yards out there, drills that one in with his right foot. Not too much pressure on him, but still got to be a great strike to score from there. And it was by Mason Mount. We're going to see the Chelsea second, I think, now. Crossed in from the right, headed across by Havertz, and Werner taps it in. Was that Ziyech with the cross in and tapped home by Timo Werner? Here come the Manchester City goals. Poor headed clearance. A really bad defending from Birmingham there. 2 chances to clear. One header back into the box and another one straight to Bernardo Silva there. And Bernardo Silva puts that one home. Here comes the second goal. Birmingham very deep. Oh, superb pass there in the build-up. I think from Mahrez possibly. That's a brilliant pass. Who played that? 26 for Man City with the outside of the foot there. And De Bruyne cuts it back for Bernardo Silva. Again, here comes the third. Oh, great goal by Foden there. No blame attached to Birmingham for the third goal there. It's Mahrez and Foden touch, finish before you even know, just slams it right in the corner. So some really nice goals in that. They did not, however, show us the Bristol City or Cheltenham goals, so they don't have the rights to those ones. Right. What have we got here? Yeah, thank you, Nat. Mahrez. What a pass that was with the outside of his foot over such a short distance there. What have we got here in the chat? John says, half-time, De Bruyne, wow. Typical of us to play City when they find form. All 3 goals, unbelievable quality. Agreed on the second 2, John. I just felt Birmingham had 2 chances to clear the first one. But, yeah, the second 2 goals are absolutely brilliant, aren't they? Paul Larry, was it? Thank you, Nat. Excellent. The chat will always take care of the vast amount of information I do not know. What else have we got in here? Respect Rotherham for trying to do things in a manageable way. Yeah, make a profit and get relegated is what Rotherham do, but they do very much manage things well. And in the, what does Kieran Maguire call it? The clown car that is the Championship. I respect them also for doing that. What do you think of that tackle by the Man City player? I haven't seen that, so I cannot comment, but John might be able to help out. Man City have dominated. What a surprise. There you go. I'm surprised it wasn't a yellow. If it was us making that tackle, Pep would be screaming for a 3-year ban. And apparently there's a Mark Wright documentary after the game. I met Mark Wright once. Shall I tell you that story? I was playing, I think it was in Cardiff. Yeah, I was in Cardiff in Wales working for a band. Just a standard, actually, I can tell you exactly what it was. It was a Christmas party. So, you know, firm hires band from agent. I work for the agency. I show up and play this gig. It's just like a hotel in Cardiff. And they'd hired Mark Wright to appear and chat a bit, answer some questions, and then take photos. I think he was there for about an hour. And for what they paid him, it was worth the trip to Cardiff because we had a good chat with him before he did his bits. Really nice chap. Interesting. I listened in on some of the questions. So, yeah, definitely a good businessman, Mark, right? Because I know what he made that night. So, yeah, that's my Mark Wright story. Marine confirming they've sold over 21,000 virtual tickets. Apparently their record attendance was against Nigeria. Interesting. Leeds are bringing on, I can see Jack Harrison. Forgive me, I'm not too familiar with the Leeds youth players, 47 and 49, whoever these 2 gentlemen are. That's been the issue with the FA Cup, me not knowing who half the players are. They are Jack Jenkins and Oliver Casey, who I have heard of, who I think Leeds fans are quite high. And if anyone has any information on Jack Jenkins and Oliver Casey, do let me know. What have we got here? Eugene's up for a giant killing today. Will we see it? Ben's story time. There's always one, Anna, isn't there? There's always one. Friend was at full stretch for the header, no control over it, but the volley 80, it was a great finish, wasn't it? Really tough 45 for us. I just felt, John, the first header, he headed it back into the danger zone. Obviously, hindsight being 2020, you don't imagine that it's going to be volleyed back in the top corner, but you get told, don't you, flick it out of play or do anything other than head it back into the danger zone. It is second half time here in the Leeds game. We have kicked off. If you are in the stream, welcome along. Please hit, I'll bring the info up along the bottom there. Hit like on YouTube, comment and subscribe. I think you know why, but there is all the rationale for that down the bottom there. Really helps us out with our growth on YouTube. Here comes Nadisan for Crawley. Squares it across to Nichols, who can't control it. Poor. There, they've got a quick transition there, and Leeds out of position did not capitalise, did Creepy Crawley, who are not in Ipswich's division, are they? Crawley are in League 2, aren't they? How the mighty have fallen, hey? Right, I just need to do some research. Which one's Jenkins and which one's Casey? Okay, Casey's 49. If I just remember that, I'll call the right player. Let me know which games you are watching. Liam is very happy to see Mawson back for Bristol City. He's starting today. Took a deflection off Clark Salter, the clearance. I knew someone had kind of had a second go at it. So, ho-hum, 3-0 anyway, John. Small mercies. Here come Crawley again, looking for that quick ball into the corner. Remember, Leeds narrow with this 3-3-3-1 system, which I will call it. Here is Matthews. Plays it out left for Crawley. Dallason's got forward there. Attacking centre-back, Ahoy. He's looking for the free kick off Costa, but well done to the ref there, because for once, player falls over on contact and doesn't get free kick. Am I the only one that thinks contact has to be proportional to knock player over for player to go down? But there we go. Alioski clips that one down the line. Nice ball from him to Pervader, who's offside. Forgive me. Nasha says, do I produce any purely Ipswich content? I do not, because I founded an Ipswich podcast, the Blue Monday podcast. So I would essentially be competing with myself. So all of the Ipswich stuff I leave, and leave that for the Blue Monday content. Why do I say creepy crawly? Because spiders are creepy crawlies, aren't they? I don't know. Is it irritating? Not another thing I do that everyone finds irritating. Here come Crawley again, creepy Crawley. Turned over, and here come Leeds on transition. Harrison out to Pervader on the left wing. Nice pacey attack as ever from Leeds. Pervader cuts inside. Tries to dribble past three, but cannot get through. Liam says, "Did you read it?" No, I haven't read it yet, Liam. I promise. It's in my DMs. I will try and give it a look. John's off to hide behind the sofa, hoping Birmingham doesn't go 4-5, maybe. Not irritating, just curious. But it is irritating when I go, friend. Bits. Depressed as hell. I hope that's Ipswich related and you're all okay, mate. And not anything more serious than the continued ineptitude of our football team, Bits. Here come Leeds down the right. Struick back to Hernandez, and for a player of his caliber. That is a hopeless shot by Hernandez. Do we blame the pitch? Blame it on a bubble. Don't blame it on the moonlight. Blame it on a bubble. I just can't control my shots. I'll stop. Don't worry. Come on, Bristol City, says Brandon. Ben says, has anyone been in the fake news sin bin today? Ben, I think we've had 3 or maybe 4 people go in the fake news sin bin. It is 3-0 to Chelsea on 49. But here come Crawley, by the way. And Crawley have taken the lead. Wow. Cirilla coming forward, the left wing back into the box. Beats his man. He's way out on the left-hand corner of the box and he slams in a brilliant shot, left-footed, and Crawley have the lead against Leeds. Wow, what a good finish as well. We haven't seen a replay yet from the BBC, but it's Cirilla. So it's a big, long ball forward. Davis comes out. It's then flicked wide by Mattheson. And from then on, good turn. What a goal. That's a sensational goal. He turns Shackleton and goes away from Shackleton and Casey, beats Calvin Phillips, the England central midfielder, and slams it in low. Take a bow, son. What a finish. I mean, Casilla, how far is it into the corner? Let's find out. I mean, Casilla could do better. But let's not sully the guy's moment. Brilliant moment there. Great. I hadn't realised he'd pulled off that turn on, was it on Shackleton in the first instance? And Crawley lead 1-0. Upset ahoy, everybody. Lovely goal. Lovely goal, as Barry Davis would say. Sorry, we needed to update. Chelsea have gone 3 up. How do you pronounce that? Sarula. I think, to Sarula. I don't know if you pronounce the T. Who cares? Great goal. And Crawley lead 1-0. Wow. I'm sure plenty of you have, but get your thoughts on that one in the comments. A splendiferous goal from Crawley. Robert, thank you for the super chat. Good show. Brighten up my day. I don't know why I've opened a second bottle of water to drink to that. I'm all at sea from that excellent goal by Sarula, the Crawley left wing back. Take a bow, son. Now, we've got to give Danny some credit here. That comment was posted at 2:36 before Crawley scored. So fair dues, Danny, on that one. Oh, yes, the friend thing is very irritating. Apologies. Unbelievable. Good finish. Come on, the Super Red, says George. George, if you're watching Barnsley, keep us updated. Unbelievable, Jeff, wasn't it? Here come Crawley again, and they've got 2-0 up. I do not believe it. Mattheson has scored. It's 2-0 to Crawley. Wow, just wow. Big mistake by Kiko Casilla on that one. Oh, dear. Kiko had a few last season, didn't he? And that transpired with Melier getting the Leeds #1 position. John Yems, the manager, is just laughing in the dugout. Crawley are 2-0 up. My God, Mattheson is the goal scorer. Davis has it for Leeds, plays it inside, and it's just a really quick transition. Nice ball through from Nichols, and then it's just rubbish from Casilla. Oh, dear, it's not a good shot at all with the right foot, pretty much straight at the keeper. To be fair, it bobbles just before it gets to Casilla. Let's see how badly. It is a bad bobble. It is a bad pitch, but he's gone with his feet to save it. He's not made himself bigger. And with a little assist from the Crawley pitch there, it's 2-0 to Crawley. Yems 2, Bielsa 0. And unbelievable scenes here. I don't even know what the Crawley Stadium's called. Someone let me know in the chat. Crawley Leeds 2-0. Upset ahoy. Go and pick the bones out of that in the comments. Absolute scenes here. Absolute scenes. Deary me. Wow. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Afternoon. Rearranging the living room, late to the party. And what a party it is, Hamza, because Crawley have just scored 2 goals in about 3 minutes. Crawley are well up for staying a giant. I think this game has a shock in it. Oh, dearie me. Fully expected Crawley to win with this team. Bielsa put out, says Charles. Here comes the reactions. There we go. My word. Oh, my. Unbelievable, Jeff. That is what the cup is falling apart. Can't believe. No way. Scenes. Absolutely. Scenes. Shocking mistake, yeah. Here come Crawley again. Mattheson, the goal scorer, kind of tackles himself. And careful, Kiko. He's got control over this one. But goodness me. After a poor Crawley, it's landed in their lap. But they've at least tried to win. You did come at the right time. Yes, for Ipswich manager. Hey, if we can beat Bielsa, then we'll take him, I think, at the moment. Wow. Well, I don't even know who the Chelsea scorer is. That happened before the first creepy Crawley goal. The Chelsea third goal scorer was Callum Hudson-Odoi. Another assist from Ziyech. There is it Ziyech or Ziyech? Is it a hard CH or a soft CH? Let me know in the chat. No, I don't really care. I always get annoyed actually when people expect me to pronounce every player's name in the accent of someone speaking in the native tongue of that language. Seems a bit of an excessively high standard to hold a poor little one language speaker like me to, but there we go. Hernandez plays it inside to Davis. Good ball out to Alioski, low cross in. And Crawley have turned it over. And here they come again on the counter, or not. Davis into Jenkins. It's down the right with Helder Costa. Plays that one inside, receives it back. Costa to Hernandez. Lovely football by Leeds. Hernandez, what a pass. Oh, Leeds. It was nearly an incredible goal by Leeds there. Hernandez with another one of his brilliant little threaded through balls. It was then squared to Costa, but he's just stretching there. It would have been a superb goal. I think it's Casey, was it? No, it was Leif Davis, I think. No, Shackleton, sorry. Leeds have got too many players with 40 plus on the back of their shirt. Rafinha has come on for Leeds, so big name on there. Pervader's gone off, so he's still kept all of the youngsters on. Ziyech, says Jimmy. But Annie says Ziyech. There we go. Who cares? Oh, fun and games. Leeds haven't looked comfortable on that pitch at all. No, they haven't, have they? We've ended up with a game on our hands here. Yes, we have, David, and we need to give you a shout out, don't we? Because we need to reset in the second half, and I need to do my plugs, which means we say thank you to our fan sponsor, who is David, who is in the chat here, fan of the channel. Happy to support great content. You can, if you want to support the channel in that way, you can do so. Patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Free kick put in by Crawley. It's gone loose. Volleyed effort there by Dallison, the centre-back. And it's a corner for Crawley, who lead 2-0 at Marcelo Bielsa's Leeds. Handball shout there. You're never going to get that. Given we're looking for deliberate or unnatural position. I think it hits him so high up the arm that was never going to be a handball. Brandon wants a shout out. There you go. I work in Leeds. Might be a good day tomorrow. Corner for Crawley. Can they go 3-0 up? Oof. It was Tunnicliffe nearly got on the end of that one. Can't quite win that header. And it's a goal kick for Leeds, who have 30 minutes to turn this around, if indeed they would like to stay in the FA Cup. Remember, Bielsa is a purist. He'll be absolutely furious with this. Phillips, Hernandez. I mean, some big names. I mean, look at the two I just said. Excuse me. Right, who in the chat wants now the Bristol City game to go to penalties just so we can see Anir squirm for the rest of the afternoon? Penalties are not fun if you support the team that's in them. In fact, let me know penalty shootouts you've seen in the flesh. Let me know in the comments. How many have I seen? I've seen Ipswich Chelsea penalty shootout. I have seen Aston Villa West Brom. That's probably the one that had the most on it. I'm trying to think what other ones I've seen in the flesh penalties. Can't quite remember. I must have seen more on that. Harrison into the box for Leeds, and Crawley and Tunnicliffe heads it away. I must have seen more than two. I've been watching football for years. Let me know if you've seen one live and in the flesh. I'm probably thinking of a really obvious one that I'm not remembering. Derby Southampton playoff second leg. Did you win, Dave? Would that have been 2007? I'm not remembering. Or was that one of the many playoff failures, sadly, for Derby? Ben, I thought we were friends. I'm starting to. I jest. It was 2007, Dave. Yeah. Here is Rafinha. Coming down the left. Oh, lovely ball by Rafinha, but just runs behind. Costa comes inside and hits the shot, and it's deflected wide. Yeah, keep your penalty shootouts coming. Can anyone beat my two in the flesh? Barnsley 1, Tranmere 0. Barnsley take the lead over Tranmere, having a really lovely run of late, the last couple of months. Barnsley, we've been enjoying watching them in the Championship. Some good work going on there up at Oakwell as Phillips heads back to Casilla, who was responsible for some not very good work there. Kiko Casilla, who is paid an absolute fortune from what I have heard, signed from Real Madrid for Leeds. Harrison, Rafinha. Barnsley have tweeted goal scoring machine and a Polish flag. Does that mean Michael Hellick has scored again? He is a bit of a goal scoring machine. The Barnsley centre back. He scored 2 in one game very recently. Did he? That charger is not charging my phone, which is not good news. Come on, charger. Work. Do your job, in the words of that American football coach whose name I have forgotten. Right, hang on. We'll come back to your penalty shooters. I just need to write down some numbers of Leeds players who I'm struggling to recognise by who they actually are. And that would be... we're getting a Crawley sub. Everyone wants the reality TV guy. They're not getting him. 47, Jenkins. Surely Leeds are going to score in this game at least, aren't they? Not with that most recent attack. 49, Casey. 42, Greenwood. What a struggle this is with all of these youngsters. in here. I think I can recognise Shackleton just by his by the way he runs, but I'll write it down anyway. Ted Lasso. NFL. Who's the NFL coach who says, do your job? It's like his catchphrase, isn't it? Hellick with another goal. A goal machine. George from centre half. He thinks it's Steve Bruce or Ronald Koeman. Right, penalty shootouts. Oh, a playoff final. Did you win, Ben? League 2 playoff final. Sheffield United, Blackburn in the cup. United win to get to. Oh, that's tremendous, Lee. The all Wednesday. Didn't Chris Waddle score an absolutely stupendous free kick in that semi-final from miles and miles out? And Alan Cork, did he score the other goal, Lee? Am I remembering that correctly? How good is that, though? A Sheffield derby at the old Wembley in the FA Cup. That's what I'm talking about. Brilliant. Idiakes, ex-Derby favourite player. Did George Burley sign Idiakes? My all-time favourite manager. Jimmy says, tickets and coach trip, Tranmere, Walsall in the EFL trophy quarterfinals. Was that penalties as well? I've seen Reading a few. The ones that aren't important, they win the ones that aren't important, lose the ones like the play. Oh, God. We all remember that horrible playoff final. That was horrible, whoever you supported. Well, I suppose Huddersfield fans could switch off the first 120 minutes being horrible and enjoy the last few minutes. Oh, deflected shot there by Matthews and Crawley turning the screw here. Ben's Waddle, yes, but Waddle goal was amazing. And then Bright got the winner. Wow. Some names there. Was Brian Dean still playing for Sheffield United then as well? What player he was. Tremendous memories. Cork didn't shave until we lost. Brilliant stuff. That's your job, Roy Keane, to catch. Like, don't talk to me about Roy Keane and management, put it that way. What a player Chris Waddle was, dearie me. Corner for Crawley, put in by Powell, headed away. But it's going to go out of play and Leeds cannot counter. We lost both cup finals. Yes, because I remember absolutely loving Ian Wright at that point. He was like my hero, Nat. And did he score in both of them? He definitely scored the winner in one of them. Have I ever watched Berrytown FC? Yeah, Nick Pope. I've never seen them, but I'm aware of the link-ups in Suffolk. Roy Keane or Paul Lambert. Oh, my God. That's like choosing between getting hanged and getting electrocuted or something for your corporal punishment, isn't it? God. Brian Dean. Oh, Alan Kelly. How good was he as well? Some great names in here. Right. We are in our FA Cup Super Stream, where the game I'm watching is quite the story. Crawley 2, Leeds 0. There's Rafinha crosses in and Morris catches. He's already doing the goalkeeper kill some time, fall over when you catch the ball thing. On 68 minutes, I don't blame him. It's going to be a famous win if Crawley can beat the mighty Leeds United and John Yems against Marcelo Bielsa. Foul by Calvin Phillips. Probably going to get booked for that one. On the goal scorer, Nadasan. Out comes the yellow card. Probably got that one right. Calvin does have a temper. I did see him in the flesh get red carded at QPR on a frustrating day where he was a little bit irritated by the way things were going, lost his temper at the end there. Wilkins, Charab, Daneze. I'd quite like that as a work that into a 4-2-3-1. Brilliant stuff, wouldn't it? A couple of subs for Crawley. All the subs are itching to come on, as you can imagine there. There's our live scores ticking across the bottom. Matthews puts the free kick in. Oh, it's gone loose. Good save, Cressey. They're going to score again. It's 3-0 to Crawley. I cannot believe it. Tunnicliffe has scored, I think, yes. Crawley are 3-0 up against Leeds. Unbelievable. And Leeds' heads have completely gone now. Look at the body language. Bielsa is like, get me out of here. What is going on? Calvin Phillips looks like he's seen a ghost. Wow. Can't believe it. Tunnicliffe, the goal scorer, is just laughing. He can't believe it either. Matthews has put it in. Phillips wins the first header. It's a good save by Cressey, to be fair to him. It's not a bad clearance, actually. The shot's a good one, but when it's going for you, it's going for you. And the save, not only does it hit Tunnicliffe, but falls then absolutely perfectly for him to just stick it in. It's so lucky the way he controls it, but he then slams it into the roof of the net, and it's 3-0 to Crawley. I can't get over this. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable stuff here. And yes, Marcelo Bielsa is losing 3-0 to John Yems. Wow. Just wow. What are you saying in the chat here? Sensational story here. Wow. George says he's a minute behind. Yeah, just pause me for 1 minute then, and but keep us updated, George. Please. 3-0. Wow. Ha ha ha, says Adam. Incredible stuff here. Oh my God. Mawson's off and Wells has come on as well. So Adelakin and Mawson getting a go for Bristol City. More on for Mawson, only fit enough for an hour. Good to see Mawson back. Don't want to be in that Bielsa dressing room after. Well, yeah, they're playing for pride now, and they're 3-0 down against Crawley. They're definitely going out unless we do get some miraculous comeback. But incredible stuff. Absolutely incredible stuff. Classy Crawley, not creepy Crawley. Well said. Ellis Harrison, who would do a job for Ipswich still, is on for Pompey. A thumping for Leeds. Keeper's had a bad day. So I'd give him a pass on that third goal, but hey, the second one I won't for sure. Maybe the first one either. Free kick to Leeds, right-hand side of the penalty box, about 25 yards out. Rafinha, who was scoring the winning goal up at Goodison Park recently, shoots it over the bar, is now playing over at Crawley and is 3-0 down. Crawley players are all laughing. Yeah, they're not sure what's going on here. Jeffrey's not happy with some of the Pompey S housing there. I'll have to plead the fifth on that, not watching the game. 4 times gone down with head injuries, though. Should Leeds be worried about this result? No, not really. But it makes for a very good story today, for sure. That's the thing with Bielsa ball. If you're not all in and playing all your best players, it doesn't really work, does it? You have to be all in which case it's spectacular. But maybe a few players rested has worked into the perfect storm here for Crawley. Poor play and overall, poor keeping and mediocre play getting punished here. Great for Crawley financially. We're getting a nice aerial shot, actually. I'm normally quite sarcastic about the BBC's coverage, but there you go. They've got a drone out there. How close is it to Gatwick then, the Crawley Stadium? Leeds can join Ipswich as a team that got humped by Crawley. Is it worth going into the Leeds watch along just for a laugh? Go and check it out, Trevor, and report back to us. Go on. see what Joe and Co are doing over on All Leeds TV there. I've been on the channel a couple of times, so I don't wish them too bad. Here come Leeds down the right. Shackleton. It's played inside to Greenwood. Ball into the box. Headed away by Dallison. And it's a throw into Leeds. 75 minutes gone. Crawley 3, Leeds 0. I repeat, Crawley 3, Leeds 0. I haven't updated the banner down there. Crawley are beating Leeds by as many as Chelsea are beating Morecambe. For a bit of perspective for you. Casilla. Equaliser for Cheltenham. Cheltenham 1, Mansfield 1. That will now be heading for extra time. Hernandez, which is the play. Wide right, Shackleton has it. Costa comes inside him. Jenkins. Jenkins on the right-hand side, crossing position, pops it in the box. Alioski arriving back post, heads it wide, and it is a goal kick for Crawley, who I repeat are 3-0 up against Leeds. Sensational stuff. I have a feeling that Norwich v Leeds won't be happening. Not going to be happening, Russ, I'm afraid. Good deal for Norwich getting through, though, with their very strong-looking reserve team. They're a good win for Norwich over Coventry. Loads of trolls in there. Oh, dear. Well, as I always say about football banter, Trevor, the only way to... there is no way to win, and the only way to not lose is to not play, so I don't play. So I will not be mocking our Leeds friends, who've been very good to me on the channel, I have to say. But I will say this is a rather stunning story in this game here. Comes Alioski, and that has gone out of play for another throw-in to Crawley. Good spell for Pompey. Harness pulling the strings, and Chris has got him as the best player in League One. You wouldn't have Stephen Ward up there, Chris? Or Ollie Hawkins? No? Luke Chambers? Oh my God, it's going to be 4-0. He's gone round Casilla. No, he's had to hold it up. Oh, and the shot is blocked. Wow. The pitch actually worked against Crawley there. They were in behind. Casilla out on safari. It was the guy that people have been telling me about, Waters, who was in behind, who scored a ton of goals for Crawley, who nearly... he's in again. Oh, good tackle. What is going on? Leeds have completely lost their heads in this one now. Crawley just forcing another 2 chances there to go 4-0 up. Horrible defending there by Casey. Oh, God. And if Waters' touch had been any good here, he could either have got Casilla sent off or scored a 4th goal. Wow. Goodness me. Can I repeat the Leeds scoreline again? It's Crawley 3, Leeds 0. Was Casilla this bad in the Championship? Look, he was very erratic. He would play... even within the same games, beautifully for 89 minutes and then come flying out of his goal and make a mistake, then play well for 5 games and then make another absolute howler. But yeah, he's had a horrible game today. Unbelievable stuff. They've got a camera right close on the halfway line there, and you saw really... Bielsa's reaction up close there. Goodness me. So it's going to be a corner for Crawley, who are obviously taking an age to play this one. Casilla sounds shocking. He's not having a good day, bless him. He cost Leeds in the playoff final. Well, he was one of many elements that cost Leeds, but I could go into that chapter and verse, Liam. But yeah, that was one of the craziest things I've ever seen live at a football match. That one, that playoff semi-final for sure. Leeds are the ones playing like a League Two side. Yeah, they've lost it here. You can see the players just want to get off the pitch now and get this one done. Hernandez comes short into the centre circle. Tries to play the diagonal out to Shackleton, and it's headed out for a throw-in. This is the FA Cup Super Stream, everybody. Please hit like and subscribe if you haven't already, if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching on Facebook or Twitter, follow, like, whatever the correct terminology is for the platform that you are watching on. Noah Masengo has just come on for Bristol City. Waters not living up to the hype then. No, he didn't then, actually, Chris, sadly. Hot favourite to put Crawley... Can't believe I'm about to say this, to put Crawley 4-0 up there. Although here comes Frankham, who I thought we were going to be talking about getting embarrassed by Pervader in the first half. But that's going to be way down the list of stories here in this one. Russ, I can't sing that song. I'll get in too much trouble. I always preferred New Order anyway. Alioski plays that back into England's Calvin Phillips, who's played at centre half today. Foul on, I think, Jenkins there. George Frankham, ex-Norwich lad. Oh, is he, Russ? Good knowledge. I didn't know. Tell me more about him. Annie says Pompey are dominating against Bristol City. That doesn't sound good. Badger says most un-Bielsa-like performance I've seen from Leeds. They look knackered and devoid of ideas. Yeah, and I agree on all points, Badger. And you know when a team's shoulders and heads are gone, and wow, after that third one went in, bang, bang, bang. It's done, isn't it? Goodness me. Barnsley attacking constantly. Expect a goal soon, George. Fingers crossed for you, matey. Hernandez, lovely ball again, but Helder Costa is offside as he heads that one goalwards. And, well, they're going to play on without the free kick. So Morris can kick it out of his hands there. Ooh, not a very good tackle there. And, yeah, rightly so. A yellow card for Hessenthaler there. Leaving one on, I think, is the correct term there on Jamie Shackleton, who you will not win many 50-50s with. Borough Birmingham on Saturday. Not sure yet, Stephen. We'll definitely be doing the Super Stream. Oh, God. Can't believe what I'm seeing. Pablo Hernandez just had a 10-yard pass to Costa and gave it straight back to Crawley. When his technique's gone, you know you got a problem, haven't you? Where am I looking? What date is that? Let me know about that game. Yeah, Casilla. Yeah, it's not been good, has it? Not been good at all. Got there as quickly as he could, didn't he? Yeah. 10 minutes for us to stop me having a heart attack. You got extra time first, Anir. Is this Frankham, Russ? Career all down the right flank. Steady player in League One. Nice. Good. you want to see players, even when they are released from sort of, a bigger club like Norwich would be in Frankham's case, go on and have a good career, play a few hundred games and make their living out of it. Here is Phillips. Thanks, Stephen. Yeah, we'll figure out the schedule as we go. Yes, extra time, my friend. Although I'm going to be gone at full time, I have to say. We did extra time yesterday. Oh, we're not going to have extra time, Anir, because some good news. Bristol City 2, Pompey 1. An 83rd minute probably winner. Neither side will want extra time. So Rafinha, terrible shots gone out the stadium from the Brazilian. Bristol City 2, Pompey 1. Bristol City likely now to be going through to the fourth round. We're just waiting to find out who has got the goal there for the Robins. Chris Martin, thank you. Anir. And there you go. 29% possession here for Crawley. I think that's for the entire game. If anyone could talk me through the Chris Martin goal, because the Bristol City FC Twitter has said what a goal, but I trust club Twitter's descriptions of goals about as far as I can throw them. Actually, let me give a better analogy. I trust club Twitter's descriptions of goals as much as I trust fans' reports of what transfer fees are. Not very much. Chelsea 4, Morecambe 0. Good confidence one for Mr. Lampard there. 4-0. Who had scored those goals for Chelsea? Mount and Werner and Hudson Odoi. So maybe another fourth different goal scorer. No, never been to Crawley, Russ. But he's found the car park, has he? Hopefully he hasn't hit anyone's car. Although, Leeds nearly getting in behind there fortuitously. 86 gone in this one. Foul on Nichols by Greenwood, who's had an interesting sub cameo, poor guy, let's just say. Martin with a tremendous shot from just outside of the box, completely against the run of play. That would be in keeping with what we've heard in the chat here. Kiko surely can't ever play for Leeds again. Well, Badger, that was what we heard after the mistake against Brentford, wasn't it? But here he is. Josh, can you say Kieran loves the mighty Spurs? Well, obviously he probably doesn't. And remember, it costs nothing to say please, Joshua. Poor Morecambe. Yeah, what are you going to do? What's happening with the feature above the keyboard? Absolutely nothing at the moment, David. We'll work on that. Haven't got any further. Jeffrey's enjoyed that one. Good for you, my friend. Jeffrey's a Patreon, so we will endorse his enjoyment of the Bristol City goal there. They're going to be going through to the fourth round, along with Crawley, who are 3-0 up against Leeds in this one. Leeds needed Casillas instead of Casilla. Yeah. Oh, my God. So Mark Wright is coming on with a minute to go, literally for the TV cameras, I think. He's just getting his instructions. Here is Jenkins in deep midfield for Leeds. Chelsea goalscorer Kai Havertz. Here's Harrison down the right for Leeds. Crossed into the box. That's easy for Morris in goal for Crawley. 4th round draw tomorrow night, Jimmy, I guess, ahead of the West Ham and Stockport game. BBC love it, don't they? Aren't they essentially, I don't know what channel Mark Wright's other work is on. Are they publicising another channel there? Yeah, we'll do that, Russ. What time is it, matey? Curved Glass says, looking fresh. Yeah, I need to lose a bit of timber, but very kind. Mark Wright, what show was he on, guys? Was it The Only Way Is Essex? I can't think. Yeah, okay then, Russ. We'll be on at 7. Here comes Reality TV's Mark Wright. And he wants Bristol City to get a small team. I suppose that's the thing nowadays, isn't it? With COVID and empty stadiums, you'd always want Man United away, Arsenal away, or Spurs away. You just want the biggest attendance and make the most money. But nowadays, well, you're not going to make any money. You either want to be on the TV or you want to win. So allegedly, there may have been a payment. Unless... no, there would have been a payment, weren't there? Logan, I'm not going to stay on for Marine. I'm going to go and hang with Shaylee and walk the dogs and make some dinner and all of that good stuff this afternoon. We will no doubt be back tomorrow, but I will let tomorrow go without doing a transfer update because there's always more action on a Monday morning with the transfers than often deals are done over the weekend and then announced on Monday morning. So we'll wait for that to pass by. We're into stoppage time here. Focus on the league. Absolutely. Yeah, I suppose in terms of ratings, Blue Toon, yeah, you might draw a few more female fans. Love, I'm watching the football and that Mark Wright's going to be on. Come and join me. A Spurs whitewash, says Russ. Hey, look, Marine have made their money, which is great news for them, isn't it? So, but yes, if Mr. Kane and Mr. Son are anywhere near that game, which knowing Jose, the massive S-house he is, he'll probably play both of them, won't he? Although, to be fair, if I'm Kane or Son, and I'll plug my chat with Kevin Phillips, you know what football players say in this? They say, I want to play. I can score a hat-trick in this game. Put me on, boss. So that was Kevin Phillips' attitude. So you wouldn't think Kane or Son would be too different. Nice shirt from Barney I can't read that out. Yeah, some males too. And good luck to them. Absolutely. What a handsome man he is. Pompey have had 16 shots. Good chance quality though, Annie? Or have they been all sort of low rent chances? Low XG chances, we call them. So we're coming up full time now. Barnsley 1, Tranmere 0. Michael Hellick scoring again. The Ronald Koeman or Steve Bruce of the Championship at the moment. Bristol City 2, Pompey 1. Looks like goals from Jeju and Martin going to be enough to win that one. Full time at Chelsea. Chelsea 4, Morecambe 0, Havertz and Mount, Hudson-Odoi and Timo Werner. And it's full time. Crawley 3, Leeds 0. Bielsa shakes hands there with the Crawley staff. Bielsa looks thoroughly embarrassed, let's just say, by that. And I am not surprised his players have let him down a little bit there. But yeah, quite the story there. Just a quick splurge of 3 goals A great opener by Tassarula. Maybe it went through Casillas' hands, but we'll give him a pass because he had a nightmare for the second goal scored by Nadisan. And then, incredibly, it went 3-0 up. Set play finished off by Tunnicliffe. Incredible stuff here. I think Cheltenham and Mansfield are going to extra time. That's going to be the only one because Manchester City, very strong Manchester City team featuring, goodness, Jesus, De Bruyne, Foden, and Mahrez, to name a few, Bernardo Silva as well. They go through as well. So it's just Cheltenham and Mansfield that we haven't heard about. We've got a few Bristol City fans in the chat. Congratulations to you guys, Brandon and Annie. Is that one over? Yeah. We'll figure it out soon. Russ wants Cheltenham. Be a nice draw, wouldn't it, if they can get themselves through? They're going to extra time. Casilla at fault for all three. Oh, go on, Badger. Give him a pass for the third one. That he made the save, and it was a really lucky bounce. But yeah, the other two, I would concur. Hamza's going to be sadly watching, looking out for West Brom to come out. Hamza, mate, they're not going to get pulled out, and you know that, don't you? Added time over at Bristol City. We'll hold out for that one. Oh, yeah, we could get a Sheffield derby, couldn't we? That would be good fun. Let us know what's happening with Bristol City there. Leeds were woeful, disappointing to be out of the cups, but full credit to Crawley. Crawley did their jobs. They defended and they took their chances on a bit of a pudding of a pitch. But what are you going to do? Same for both teams. In it indeed. Extra time. Yep, started extra time at Cheltenham. Some very happy, smiling Crawley players. And well done. Bristol City are through. Congratulations to our Bristol City friends in the chat. They go through. So let me just bring this up on SofaScore. And you can see those latest results there on the split screen. Today, Saints and Shrewsbury postponed. Barnsley 1, Tranmere 0, Bristol City 2, Pompey 1, Chelsea 4, Morecambe 0, Cheltenham and Mansfield extra time, Crawley 3, Leeds 0. Wow. Man City 3, Birmingham 0. Excuse me, sorry. That went down the wrong way. And 5 o'clock, we have, what time is it now? It is 3:25. So 5 o'clock, Marine and Spurs. Good luck, Marine. Newport Brighton is the Ben White derby at 7:45. And then we'll do the draw tomorrow. And then it's Stockport versus West Ham. Any final comments here? Leeds fans not happy with Kiko. Do you think Parrott playing in the cup means he's going nowhere? I think he's going nowhere, and I think he would have gone back on day one of the transfer window opening. Excuse me. What else have we got? Tom, not really bothered about Crawley. At the end of the day, don't be too salty, Tom. But I understand you're not being worried. Barnsley have gone 2-0 up. But yeah, congratulations to Crawley. Yeah, of course, Leeds are in a higher league, but on the day, Crawley did the job. Got to be embarrassing for Leeds. Some good players playing today. Indeed, strong team, but still 8 changes. Absolutely, 2 things can be true: loads of changes, but Leeds still should have beaten Crawley today. Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, yeah, Leeds should have a penalty in the first half, shouldn't they? But still, 0-0 at half-time, and they've lost 3-0. So, not good. Penalty, apparently, for Barnsley. So, Corley Woodrow would have scored that, would he? Someone let me know in the chat who's got that second Barnsley goal. Probably Michael Hellick, the goal machine. Where am I looking here? Barnsley. Why are they not appearing by round? Do I really have to skip, or am I just blind? There we go. Sorry, I'm just blind. Corley Woodrow, yes, as I imagined, scored the winning penalty there. Right. Thank you, guys. Really great weekend of Super Streams. Really good fun, which means we can do the FA Cup throughout the season. I've really enjoyed it for sure. So thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you to those people who are now in the fake news sin bin, where they will remain forever. No, it's only 5 minutes. And keep in contact on Twitter and Instagram and whatnot for what's happening on the channel. But we'll ease back into proper schedule around Wednesday sort of time. There is a round of Premier League games. And everything will be back to normal with the Championship stuff at the end of the weekend, which I know is what a lot of you watch for. Please, if you'd be so kind, go and check out Patreon. We're going to be doing a Q&A on their live stream reactions and whatnot, short form predictions, and really is the thing that's keeping me afloat at the moment, Patreon. So thank you, because I know we've got a lot of Patrons in the chat at the moment, for everyone who's supported over there. Thank you, everybody, for watching. And it's going to be a very, very hearty over and out, and see you soon from me. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button to see more videos from this channel. Hit the subscribe button, and to be notified every time we upload, ring the bell for those notifications to come through on your device. If you really want to support the channel and me as a content creator, I will be eternally grateful if you head over to the merch store and grab something, or support over on Patreon, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Thank you for your time. Go and watch another video.